And well, and here we are. We had the force. Look, we got to warm up nowadays to get into this this wonderful show that we called Down with Boring. Back for another week. It's me, Jamie, and we're joined by not Jake. Yes, Jake is not here this week. Jake has gone somewhere. He hasn't left any notes. So we don't know where he's gone off to. We're assured he's fine though, because we have like a telepathic signal, which means we are kind of always aware of the other one's well-being at the same time. Jake's he's just not available. He's away. He's having a nice time in another part of the country, which we'll find out about next week. But don't worry, you don't have to just listen to me. We are joined by the legendary person, tales as old as time, written in stone about this gentleman. It's the one and only Ali Shuttler. Ali, how are we doing? Welcome. Thanks for coming aboard to guide this ship. Are you excited?
Well, I was worried you'd lost my number because it's been...
Oh, you've been waiting.
For 442 days.
No one's counting. No one's counting.
I've just been sat waiting by my phone, waiting for you or Jake to, call me up, drop me a text, just ask how I'm doing.
You've done nothing since.
Well, the thing is, where I live, surrounded by tunnels, so I can't leave because you don't get any signal in the tunnel.
Yes, of course.
And I just know that the second I'd go out to get food,
we'd ring at that point.
You'd got to get through, and you'd be angry at me for not being there. So
that is the way it works. That is the way we work. So actually,
I've just been living off acorns for
all this
time. Well,
hopefully, now that you're back, we can feed you with wonderful new music once again, straight to the core. It's quite nutritious, I find. By that I mean I'm still here. So if that's a sign, more than anything, I haven't keeled over from new music. I've actually survived in that time. So thank God you're here. This show is slightly different. We don't have a guest because Ali's the guest. See, we only have a certain budget for guests each week, and Ali's is expensive. That's all I'm going to say.
I am excited to talk about my new upcoming releases.
Yes, you are, of course. A mixtape coming soon.
My various albums and EPs.
That's what this whole show is going to be, actually. Yeah, they're not going to talk about anything else.
I figure if I release one a week, at some point, there's going to be a quiet week. I'm going to get top 10.
And this is it. This is the quiet week. We're just going to talk about everything that's going on in your life. This is your life, as the show once said. Remember that classic TV show
with the big red book? Yeah,
the big red book. Yeah, why was it always red?
It was always the same size as well.
Yeah, and I was like, these people have not, in the nicest way. Not everyone's got the same size book of life.
No,
but this show is the same size every week, roughly, give or take. Same goodness. Same
nutritional value.
Same nutritional value, nonetheless.
Different portion sizes.
We don't have a guest. And we don't actually have an album of the week, because I don't know if you realise, Adele put out an album last week, and therefore there's no point in any albums ever existing for the rest of time.
Well, it's Thanksgiving, isn't it? People are just off being thankful for...
It is. You are right, yes.
Just the music they already have. It would be greedy to have an album this close to Thanksgiving.
That's exactly the reasoning.
It would look selfish and unappreciative of all the music that's already out there.
Exactly.
I don't know. Does Thanksgiving have a deity attached to it? Is there a Thanksgiving gnome?
I only know about the turkey, but I don't think that's a deity, because famously the turkeys are devoured. So I doubt.
Apart from one's the president.
Oh, is that how it works? There's
the president pardons one turkey, I think.
Right.
And
that's
then
a bit weird.
The turkey goes and lives on.
Do you think it's the same turkey every year? They're just like, it's just, yeah, pardon another one. It's like, hold on a second, that's the same guy. He's got the look.
He's held together by safety pins.
Yeah. He's got shoes now because he's had the time to invest. But we don't have an album because of Thanksgiving, of course, I suppose Adele, but mostly Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And happy Thanksgiving to all our American listeners. I hope that we haven't insulted you already. But we've got a hype list look at this year. Obviously, we talked about it last week. The new issue is out now of Door. Go pick it up. It's our hype list issue. Talk about all the new artists that we're excited about next year. A real lovely little selection or class we've got together. So we're going to dive into that a little bit more. Talk about a couple of our faves each. And then all of your other goodness, new tracks, some news, some tweets, everything you've come to know and love about this show, but without one half of the regular guests, like the guest hosts, if you will. Actually, without a guest as well. Anyway, thanks for joining us.
It's the discount. It's Black Friday.
Yeah, that's it. You get a discount show.
It's 60% off your normal Down with Boring. Yeah. Not in price, just in quantity and quality and content.
I'll tell you what though, we've got more mailbags than we've ever had before. And by ever had before, I mean half of what we usually have. We've got one.
50% off.
One. Exactly, yeah. Jake talks a lot about losing this mailbag, but I've actually just kept hold of it. So don't worry. I have one question, Ali. And thankfully, gets your opinion on this, which I think could be quite useful. This is from Kelly from Wrexham.
Lovely place.
Lovely place. Have you visited Wrexham before?
No, but I like how it sounds.
It's true. It does. It's true. Wrexham.
I like how it's got an X in the middle. Normally, X's are kind of just stuck on the end of places, but bang smack in the middle.
X marks the spot, some would say. And in Wrexham, the spot is the middle of the word. So incredible stuff. The question from Kelly, though, Ali, is now it's getting colder. What's the best way to stay warm? Any tips? Do you have any tips?
Or just generally how to stay warm?
I think generally how to stay warm in the cold, because obviously we are in a cold time. I believe there's a storm going on in some places right now.
What's Kelly been doing for the past? I assume has she written this or is it an email?
This was an email.
Okay, so it's hard to put an age on Kelly.
It's hard to put an age on Kelly. Kelly, if you want to let us know a bit more context, that's what we're after here.
Has she just been cold all this time?
I guess so. I guess Kelly's been cold. But I mean, maybe. Tell you what, you can always get colder. I find. Do you know what I mean? Like you never. When the winter comes, you can always get colder as the years go on. We are in a time of climate, change, famously. So the winters get colder, summers get hotter. Doesn't mean the world isn't getting hotter, but it's extremes.
Are you lecturing the listeners on climate change? Is this your? I'm not, are you going political?
This is what happens when Jake's away. Yeah, famously, Jake keeps me in line with my very harsh political stance.
But what about all your fossil fuel funding?
We don't talk about that. Look, I need to keep the fire burning, if you will.
Well, I mean, and that right there, Kelly, is a great way to keep warm. Invest in the capitalist machine that is fossil fuels.
Don't do that. I mean, well, it's your money. But I don't know. My advice to staying warm jumpers are a very good investment. Just number one. Find that better than scarves.
If we're starting at basics, trousers, a t-shirt, underwear, socks.
Don't go out. Yeah, don't go out with any clothes on.
Start with the basics. Don't go straight for the coat.
Keep yourself warm. Also, hot water bottles. Recommend. Yeah. I think they're due a comeback, to be honest.
Well, they've got kind of an old lady vibe to them, haven't they?
Yeah. They need some a refreshed look.
They need to be sexed up. I think
sex up the
hot water bottle. I don't know who. They just need if Harry Styles maybe.
That's all it takes. That's all it takes.
Little Nas X, some sort of hip young thing.
Some hip young thing. Some collaboration of some sort. Is what you're trying to say.
Yeah,
we would love that. Yes, please dive on in. So basically, what we're saying is hot water bottles, but also wait a bit because it needs to be sexed up a bit more.
Hot bottles are fine for the comfort you're at home, but don't head down to the discotheque.
No, I don't know what the venue policy for gigs is at the moment to take in the hot water
bottles of water in.
So can you imagine the hot ones?
Yeah, that's
even less so.
But you're not allowed bottles of water in because you can throw them because they're hard. Whereas a hot water bottle, I don't know.
I reckon I could yeet a hot water bottle from the crowd to stage if needed.
Yeah, but it's still like quite.
It's quite floppy, isn't it?
Yeah,
It's quite floppy. It kind of shakes in the air. It'd be like that through the air. So wouldn't be too impressed by that. But
no, I don't think you could knock out a singer.
Don't. So basically, Kelly, what we've done with your question is we've gone just don't knock people out with hot water bottles. That goes for all of you listeners. Don't do it.
Yeah, not just people in Wrexham. I think let's not.
We don't want to cast aspersions here. I'm sure that applies to all. So don't do it. Don't do it. If you've got any other burning questions, of course, the mailbag's here every single week.
If you burn the questions, that will probably keep you warm for a brief second.
Let's see what turns up next week, shall we?
As the famous saying goes, burn a question and you'll be warm for a minute. Ask a question and you'll be warm for life if it's been answered sufficiently.
Which we hope has been, Kelly. Music news. With that amazing line. A few bits have been happening this week, Ali. Let me start with the Grammys.
Let's start with the Grammys.
The Grammys, the big old US award shows. They've announced their nominations for next year.
So many nominations.
So many categories, isn't there? That's the big thing.
And only about 4 good ones.
They call it there's like the big 4 categories, which I think is like, was it record of the year, song of the year, album of the year,
person of the
hold on, record, song, album.
Hang on, what's the difference between record, song, and album?
Okay, so obviously album is an album.
Song's a song. It's
the song and the record that's the problem. I think the song is awarding like the songwriters of the song technically. So it's meant to be about the songwriters, where the record is about just the finished chunk.
Hang on, are you telling me that some artists don't write their own songs?
We can really go down a real rabbit hole if we get into that, my friends. But yeah, bunch of nominations knocking about. Lots of stuff going on. ABBA have got their first nomination,
which I think is good for them.
Yeah, well done, new artist ABBA.
I guess, did they exist pre-Grammys? How old are ABBA?
Old enough. I don't know. They must have skipped the Grammys, maybe.
Probably.
That's a bit mad, though.
Grammys
yeah. Don't know what they're saying. There's a lot. Look, there's a lot of nominations, right?
I think the biggest talking point is probably Glass Animals getting best new artist,
best new artist, Glass
freshest
Animals.
artist.
Yeah, Glass Animals. Arlo Parks also in there. So some real faves.
Arlo Parks, a new artist. Glass Animals, 3 records in.
Interesting, isn't it? Really, what what classifies the best new artist?
I think they should just rename it to artists we've just become aware of.
Breakthrough.
Yeah,
done.
Sorted.
So Glass Animals doing fine before that, but congratulations to them. Wonderful stuff indeed. Bunch of other big nominations. Justin Bieber, he's up for a few stuff. Billie Eilish up for a few stuff. It's good. It's just lovely stuff. It's good to see who's getting recognised. That's what we like to see.
Yeah, Olivia's done well, which is
Olivia Rodrigo.
It's nice to see like a new face in the list of regulars.
Yes, of course, massive year. Yeah, because obviously by the time the Grammys were here last year was just when Driver's License came out. Quite crazy to think that, isn't it? Really.
And now she's kind of released the biggest album of the year.
Not bad.
One of the biggest. And then just sort of had some time off.
Good on you.
Like she's done it and taken the break.
Nice. It's nice stuff. It's wonderful to see.
I hope she's been busy.
What do you think Olivia Rodrigo does in her spare time?
She's quite busy, though, isn't she? Acts, she sings, she dances.
Yeah, got TV shows, stuff like that.
I reckon she probably just sort of sits down. Does some...
just sits.
Maybe does some... when you're younger and you used to, like, cut shapes out of potatoes and then dip the... like finger painting, but with potatoes. Just something really... doesn't require any effort or thought. I reckon she's just making some nice art that way.
That's a lovely thought. But she's going to have to come back for the Grammys. So, Olivia, congratulations, but also put the finger painting down. For the love of God. Let's have a listen to one such song that is the reason why Olivia Rodrigo's done so well. This is Good For You by Olivia Rodrigo.
Well, good for you, you look happy and healthy. Not me, if you ever cared to ask. Good for you, you're doing great out there without me, baby. Gotta wish that I could do that. I've lost my mind, I've spent the night crying on the floor of my bedroom. But you're so unaffected, I really don't get it. I guess good for you. Good for you.
For you, happy, healthy.
Oh, I didn't realize the song had finished. I thought that was still.
Yeah, no.
Singing.
Sorry, Ali. Sorry. Usually it's the thing that me and Jake do. We actually just like sing all the songs, but for some reason, every week by the time it comes around, we actually play the real ones. I don't know what's happened there.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what the maybe producer Patrick can explain what's happened there.
How many Grammys are you nominated for this year?
Minus 8.
Were you overlooked again?
I owe Grammys. They actually ask for me to make the Grammys at this point.
Is there a podcasting Grammy?
No, it's called probably. I mean, it's called the Pammys.
The Pammys.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Surely be like the Grappies.
Well, that sounds quite alarming.
I did. Don't worry, I did say it in my head beforehand, just in case.
Moving swiftly on before we insult more people. Let's talk about the Arctic Monkeys. Heard of them?
Yeah.
They're all right, aren't they? They're back.
Good.
Next year is the year of the Arctic Monkey, apparently.
I thought it was the year of the tiger.
Similar, but an Arctic monkey, you could argue a tiger is just a slightly bigger version of one of them, like give or take, you know.
Well, the tiger's like the summer version, right?
Yes, that's it. Yeah, yes, of course. Yeah. Like different seasons, you know. But the Arctic Monkeys will last.
What are they doing? What are they back doing, Jamie? Please tell us.
They're back doing a bunch of shows. I think you'll find.
Good for them.
They've announced a bunch of festival shows for next year. So they first off announced about 4 very random European shows.
Right.
Because obviously, when you are arguably one of the biggest bands in the world, you need to announce that you're playing Bulgaria first. You know, no offense to any Bulgarian listeners, but that's quite rogue.
Well, is it like, you know, when a band comes back and they play like a Mira instead of Brixton Academy?
Oh yeah, like a small venue. Yeah.
Is Bulgaria Europe's version of a Mira?
I don't know. Do you mean is there a street food stand knocking around outside it?
Do one of Mumford & Sons own it?
Yeah. I mean, I haven't seen the papers, so we will have to leave that up to the listener to fully discover and confirm. But Arctic Monkeys are back.
They're doing it. So they're playing Bulgaria.
They are playing Bulgaria. They're playing Rocken Sign in France at the end of August.
End of August, hey?
Yeah.
What?
No other festivals are around then. I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know.
Sure.
I wouldn't know.
Is there any? Have they announced any British festivals?
They have not yet. They have not.
So
you would think
they're touring at the end of August. And there's a couple of festivals.
Yeah, can't wait for Arctic Monkeys to do Creamfields.
I love that.
From David Guetta into I Bet You Look Good on the Dance Floor. Appropriate.
Would you be that surprised if they came back with like a disco record?
There's no rules anymore with Arctic Monkeys after Tranquility Base and Hotel. You would presume that they'd be coming back with a new album, but we'll just have to wait and see.
Because it'd be interesting what direction that goes, because they can't get any more like jazzier.
Well, unless they get the trombones out, start giving it Tony Bennett, which I'll be into, to be honest with you. I'll be fully game.
But I think they might go maybe the other way.
The other way?
They might go opposite. Not the highway.
Rock.
You know the
roll.
T-junction?
Yes.
Or just something a bit oomphy.
Maybe they'll be like, have you ever heard of the Magic Roundabout, Ali? which is a famous roundabout in Swindon.
Yeah, I thought you were talking about the TV show.
Not the TV show. No, there's actually a roundabout in Swindon.
And I had
called
the theme tune in my head.
Oh, well.
And I was like,
no.
I mean, they could do that.
They could do that.
That would be a left turn.
They could make an album based on the concept of the Magic Roundabout in Swindon, which is a roundabout surrounded by other roundabouts.
It's 7, isn't it? Isn't it like
there's a lot of roundabouts.
I think because I think I've driven it once. I think there's like 7.
Just driven through it. Just gone. That'll do.
That'll do. Just drive straight.
That'll be fine. Basically, we're looking forward to the Arctic Monkeys coming back, and they're doing loads of shows in Europe, and this is their return.
We think they'll probably do Reading.
That's end of August. It's there.
If you looked in their diary and you go, it makes sense.
Can we go and place a bet? Let's go and do that now.
Should we have a bet?
We'll go place. We can place our life savings in, and we'll see what happens. I reckon we're going to go to the bookies. Whilst we do that, this is Arctic Monkeys.
The problem with that is, when we get our cash payout, I assume it'll come at once, and it'll be tough to work out. You'll look at it. Who's? You'll look at it and you'll go, "Oh, is this?"
Yeah, because my savings are 2 boxes of beers. And some pork scratchings. So
nice. I've just got those the cups that the Acorn come in.
Acorn boy over here. This is Arctic Monkeys. Are you mine? The bet has been made.
By win, there's a whole oak tree.
And that's coming soon.
It's like 100 years of time.
God.
You can't buy time.
You can't. Do you know what the problem with time is? You get older.
Ugh.
And in other music news this week, just people have been saying some silly stuff, basically. Some really, really dumb stuff.
Which sort of people, though, Jamie?
Let's say the old guard of the rock and roll world. Let's just say,
old gentleman rock stars.
Yeah, it's not exactly the one. First of all, Robert Plant has weighed in on the Beatles versus Rolling Stones rivalry. Something which I don't understand. Don't understand why.
Who cares?
Yeah, just you've got views on this, Ali. So lay out. So Robert Plant's been saying some stuff. Silly stuff.
Did he choose a side, or was he just saying
he's not chosen a side? He's just said he's actually, if anything, been a peacemaker. He's actually said, I think you'll find that all they need to do to solve their rivalry is Paul McCartney just go and play bass for the Rolling Stones.
But are they still, is Paul McCartney like phoning up Mick Jagger and leaving him hateful messages?
I don't think so. I think they're just saying, I think basically what happened is that Paul McCartney, of course, friend of the show, he rang up, he said that the Rolling Stones were a blues covers band, and they didn't like that. And that's it. But it's not even a rivalry. It's fine.
But the Beatles are just an Oasis cover band.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Yes, famously they are. And then also...
So it's just one old man complaining that another old man has said something about another old band.
I don't think Rob Plant's even complaining now I'm looking into this. I think he's just commenting. Which we just don't need anyway.
Do you think this stuff kind of happens? In nursing homes? Do you think that's what it is?
Now. Here we go.
They're just like, parents has taken... I can't think of another old man name.
Brilliant. Well done.
His jelly.
Covered. That's it. Yeah, those are the ones. Those are the ones.
But, obviously because people are just their
People are
favourites.
just saying stuff. So what we've decided is basically, because there's a lot of aging rock star news this week, we thought, who's the youngest rock star
Who can we
that we
throw
can
at them?
find? It's famous forever 18-year-old Alfie Templeman. So let's have a listen instead. This is the rock and roll we really want. This is 3D Feelings by Alfie Templeman.
You gave me three-dimensional feelings. Thought that I was just dreaming. Can't keep up with them all. I see three-dimensional feelings bouncing off of the ceiling, coming off of the wall.
This
So
discussion.
young, isn't
he's so.
Such vibrant energy.
This is what we want: vibrant energy. We don't need any more bickering between the older generations.
Save it for the telegrams.
Talking of telegrams, let's telegram in some new music, some new tracks. We also don't have a guest this week.
I don't really know how telegrams work, so
I don't either, but I'm just going to go with it. Let's start this week with Mura Masa, who's back. Got a brand new track called Together, with a 2. Together, 2G.
See, that's how you know he's hip.
That's how you know he's hip. He actually also was just nominated for a Grammy Award for Best Remix Recording. So congratulations, Mura Masa. And he dropped a brand new track. Together, which, Mura Masa, I feel like is... I don't want to say like underrated, because he's clearly not. He's just been nominated for a Grammy. But I really like all the music that he's done so far. That second album, RYC, was just absolutely amazing. This kind of like alternative indie world. And I was such a big fan of it. And he was kind of just like pushing the boundaries of what, like, I get to know, like electronic music could be. And I just think it's so different to anything else that's going on.
He's consistently brilliant, Lee.
Yes, just amazing. Like everything he puts out, it's always getting better.
You kind of know what you're going to get, but you're not going to get that with anyone else.
No, exactly. Yeah. It's just so fresh. And this is another like complete flip, I guess, of what you would expect, especially when you think of that second album and kind of everything that was that. It's kind of like, I don't know, it goes from like almost like an all indie song, and then it gets just very dank. You know what I mean? Just gets dank. Gets a bit.
What, you need to have a word with your landlord and
gets a bit. Yes, that's exactly. Yes. To be fair, I would have a word with my landlord and say, listen to this brand new track from Mura Masa, because it is absolute magic.
and then say, Jamie, you can't pay rent in new music.
I'd say no. I've tried and I'll keep trying.
Imagine if you could. We'd be rich.
We'd have so much money. Well, actually, no, I'm not sure if the quality of this show every single week would exactly warrant financial gain. But here we are. Anyway, any sponsors that are listening, please dive in. We're good for it. Promise. Honestly. Let's have a listen. This is Together by Mura Masa. Mura Masa would be a good landlord?
I feel like he wouldn't be a landlord out of principle.
I completely agree. Yes. He's got stuff going on as well. You know, he's got a lot of work. You know, he's always making music. So
Yeah, but-
when will he get the time?
What, to landlord isn't a job?
No, but to do the functions of a landlord. You know,
What, collect the money every week?
well, I mean, yeah, I mean the
Coming into a
technical.
shaking his big bag of cash, going, more.
This is a character from Wacky Racers by any chance. Just give him more money. Diving on in. Ali, what you've got some new music to
do.
drop on us. What's the first track?
the latest one from Yard Act called Payday. I think it must be what, their like 7th single.
It's
Their
they
debut
keep
album,
dropping.
Overload.
They keep dropping
But-
hits, don't they?
Yeah, album's out January 21st.
Oh, very nice.
So if you want to pre-order it, I don't know if we do that. Go for it.
Yeah, no, do for it. No, go for it. Yeah. We always
But yeah,
forget to tell people to do that. So yeah, do it.
I mean,
yeah.
according to the band, this track's about gentrification, class fetish, and how the human brain is so powerful that with enough time and processing power combined, it'll be able to justify, defend, and / or continue to commit the actions of any human beings it controls. Which,
Wow.
you know, which
So
I think
so it's a tune.
it's a tune about how scary your brain is, and if you don't keep it in check, Jamie, your brain will control you.
Isn't that? I don't want to get into the specifics of it, but the brain, I feel, will control you because
with an attitude like that, Jamie Muir, it will control you.
Well, no, because if you didn't have like, it's the brain, like you wouldn't breathe
Slave to
without
the brain.
You
That's what I say
wouldn't
about you.
do anything with the brain. We wouldn't be doing this without the brain. I'm not saying, look, Yard Acts are brilliant. They are. I'd argue. I would prefer to listen to Yard Acts than my own brain. But what I'm saying is,
yeah, but I think that's
need the brain.
I think that's what they're saying. Like with enough time and processing power, their brains can take over you.
Right. So
I think it's kind of a declaration of war.
It's a big statement.
It's a bit matrixy.
I like it. I like it because no band has ever said that before. We're gonna be bigger than your brain. Fair fucks. Go for it. I'm a fan.
I like this track because it's definitely kind of more bizarre than kind of what they did with like Fixer Upper or The Overload.
Yes.
But I think that kind of ability to blend these really strange sort of lyrical, I guess, tirades.
Yes.
With kind of these big catchy choruses, because I think it's kind of the most like pop they've gone.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. It definitely
that's
feels
kind
like
of
that.
got to be applauded. And like it's nice to see them still being this weird and not being like, oh, okay, shit, we've got some success now. Let's kind of do Fixer Upper again or The Overload again. They're kind of
Yeah, it's really interesting to see them evolve, I guess, especially as the album gets closer. So yeah, big fan. It's gonna be a big album for the start of next year. So
when's it out there, Jamie?
It's out January the 24th.
First, close though.
First. If you buy it on the 24th, though, counts to the charts. So
Yeah.
got you there. Shall we have a listen to this track then?
Let's.
So yeah, this is Payday by Yard Act.
Possible for you to be both flush and completely principled. Ah, yeah, well, I didn't do any of it for you. I did it for the little boys and girls, pulling lettuce from the potholes, hosing off the engine oils, wax, apples at Christmas. Next year they're sniffing glue. All of a sudden, I was blinded by a powerful light. Take the money, take the money, take the money and run. Take the money, take the money, take the money and run. Take the money, take the money.
Definitely, as I went to introduce it, forgot the song. But don't worry, you've heard it now, and you won't forget that. So
They mention it once or twice.
I'm really seeing why Jake's not here. Just left me to. Got another track. Chilli Jesson.
I beg your pardon.
Chilli Jesson of Parma Violets fame. Do you remember Parma Violets? Were you a fan of Parma Violets? Early 2010s. Going for it. You'll probably know him best for the song "Best of Friends."
Yeah, they they
this is
appeared
good.
and kind of disappeared quite quickly, didn't they?
But had a blistering run.
Yeah.
So did very, very well. So he has launched. Yeah, he's kind of like, I guess, solo career now with a track called Saint Vitamin. So Chilli went off and like after I guess Palmer Violets kind of winded down. He started a band called Cruel Intentions, who are very good but completely different to kind of like this track and kind of like what he's making. So it's really, really I just find it's interesting. He's come back with this brand new sound, brand new look. Still got his like ability to like capture like kind of like lyrics in particular is still there and kind of like shines. But I don't know. He kind of talks about what happened, if you will, to like kind of what's led to this new direction, and it kind of basically kind of revolves around him almost like rediscovering pop music. Basically, he kind of like had this huge run with Parma Violets. He kind of like was hit almost by like a kind of deep depression, and kind of took some time away and started working in a pub again. And kind of the pub he was in would be playing all these kind of like all this pop music and kind of these like different kind of like styles and stuff. And it kind of got him out of this, I don't know, bubble that he was in. He kind of like finds, so it's much more fun, much more vibrant. Just really, really just in your face, catchy pop, and yeah, I really like it. It's also I saw him support Black Honey recently at Heaven, and the new tracks sound amazing. Really, really good. Some like almost sound like the Killers in places.
Did he?
I was very
do
impressed.
Any like Palmer Violet stuff, or is this very much like a new chapter?
He did do Best of Friends at the end, which was quite a nice touch.
Yeah,
because in his previous band he didn't do that. He kind of had moved on, so it was really, really nice. Very natural, feels very focused. So I'm like, I really want to like this. This is one track, but I'm like the full project. I'm going to be really, really interested by, and I think people are looking forward to kind of like just having him back really. And I think this could be almost in a way bigger than what Palmer Violets could be because it is so direct. You heard it here first. All I'm saying. But the track's called Saint Vitamin, and like a vitamin. We're going to have one now. This is Saint Vitamin by Chilli Jesson.
I'm in your religion. Email all your prayers direct to Saint Vitamin. Take me for a fool or take me with your Ritalin. Welcome to the church of me. I'm Saint Vitamin. Let's call her Halo. Fuck all these rich girls.
That introduction, what can I say? Fire, as some would say.
Absolute fire.
We've got one more track. Ali, what's been perking up your ears over the past week?
Late last year, Daine, who's like an Australian kind of emo revivalist, sort of dropped the track "Picking Flowers," which is kind of very Midwestern, very emo, very like, one of those tracks that's quite transformative and sort of takes you away somewhere. And then over the past sort of year, she's done hyperpop. She's kind of Charlie XCX is a fan. She's worked with Bring Me the Horizon's Ollie Sykes on a track. And so she's got a mixtape coming out next year, and this is the second track from that. It's called IDC, or I Don't Care, for all you people who aren't or have never been teenagers.
Never been teenagers, yes, famously, yes. Dropped in at the age of 34.
And it's just like a really ballsy, like revenge fantasy track. And like it's nice to see, because normally kind of that emo sound is very self-deprecating, very quiet, very insular. Yeah, this is very much like teeth out, fangs bared, like not taking any shit from anyone.
Nice. Fangs bared. Yeah. Sweet God. Dangerous.
It was kind of written when she was 16, which was only like 2 years ago.
Sorry, we're going to have to take back Alfie's crown as the youngest rock star now.
It was just kind of, she wrote it because like she's been ridiculed for others for kind of, following her dreams. And now this is very much like a fuck you, I've made it.
Nice. It's like you say, that ballsy kind of aspect. It's something I really, really like. It's just very like almost sure of itself.
So sure of itself.
Like, and it's quite crazy that is the case. Someone who's like you say still starting out.
So this track's very much in like the future emo world that kind of Bring the Horizon are in at the moment. So it's like
it's kind of like genre, kind of like genre is just like all over the place. It will jump from like a pop track to a metal track pretty quickly. So it's very cool.
It hits hard. It's super like lyrically clever. And I just think she's amazing. I mean, she's kind of covered so much ground in such a short amount of time. Like, future emo is like the second genre she's made up.
It's really damning on our lives, isn't it? Really, like
the other being Danecore.
Already doing what?
Danecore. She made a genre, Danecore, and moved past that now to future emo. So it's just like, yeah.
Wow.
Where can it go?
I can't do anything. This is just way too impressive for me.
If you had to make a genre, Jamie, what would you call it?
Murecore.
Murisms?
The Muir Hour.
Post-Mure?
I think everyone wants to be post-Muir, really.
Hyper-Mure.
Ultimately. Let's have a listen to this track whilst I cry. This is Daine with, it's saying IDC. We're going to go with IDC.
I don't care, IDC. I don't know what sounds better. I'll tell you what that sounds better, the track.
At the back of the show, I'm waiting. Scrolling through my phone in vain when get a text saying you'll want it for free. This little bitch just don't know anything about me. About me, that's funny. I remember when they called me ugly. Now I'm sitting front row with the wrong way. Will I meet him out of city trying to fuck me? Fuck you. Doesn't look like I care about you. Fucking mom, little sister.
There is IDC. It definitely is not IDK.
Idka.
If
No.
there's one thing it's not that. It's absolutely not. Wonderful little sample of tracks for this week. As we mentioned at the start of the show, albums don't exist anymore.
Adele
Because
sold them all. Just
Congratulations, Adele.
Recorded over them all.
did you see that Adele show on ITV? It was very nice. It was emotional. Big fan. Anyway, the hype list 2022. Every year at Dork, our end of year issue is always shining a light on what's to come next year. The acts that we're tipping for big old things. And so what we're going to do is we're going to break down two acts from the hype list each. There's a range of that, but obviously what you should do is pick up a copy of the magazine where you can read all about it, as well as a lot of other very, very good stuff. Go online, have a little read, pick it up. But let's have a look at the hype list.
Jamie, do you want some breaking news that's kind of related to the hype list?
Oh, what's the breaking news? Hit
Well,
me.
you know Wet Leg?
Yes, of course. The cover act, of course.
You know how they've got like 2 songs out?
Yes.
Right now, they've got 4 songs out.
What do you mean they've got? Sorry, what's happening here? What do you mean? What is happening in this world?
Earlier today, Monday,
Yes.
they have released 2 more songs.
What?
One called Too Late Now, which has a video.
Right.
One called Oh No, which doesn't have a video. And
Right.
it's an album coming.
What?
An album?
This is too much for me. This is why we record in advance. This is way too much for me. So this is happening as we speak.
Yeah, I mean, it happened a couple of hours ago.
Right.
So the rest of the world's kind of, but this is brand new for you because you've always been locked in. You're locked at your desk.
I don't leave this my cave.
Carefully plotting this show.
Literally the whole time. That's all we do.
But yes,
wow.
The album is called Wet Leg, and that's out in April.
Wow. I mean, that's good that they are on our hype list then, because that makes sense now.
But they're
why should we be excited about Wet Leg, Ali?
they've quickly become sort of the ultimate indie band, haven't they?
Yes.
Yes. You know, sort of the attention that Chaise Long got instantly kind of got them compared to Arctic Monkeys and when they broke through with A Bet You Look Good on the Dance Floor.
Yes.
And it's hard to think of a band that have kind of caused such excitement with one song.
Yeah, I mean, it was crazy. One song dropped, and everyone just kind of went, "Yep, this is it. Here we go." And it's a belter.
We've both seen them live since.
Yes, we have.
And it's like it's not just one song. I think everyone said that they come away going, "It's not just one song. They got fucking at least half an hour's worth."
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's it as well. I think like you say, Chaise Long, which we will play shortly, is an absolute undeniable banger. But what was great when you see them live is they've got all this different, I don't know, these like personalities to them. They have this clear identity in their head, which there is no other band that sound like them either, which is remarkable, really.
Yeah, it does kind of feel like they've sort of cherry picked bits from other bands. Like there's moments where you go, "Oh, this sounds like Thingy."
Yeah,
but like as a whole, it's like, "Oh, no one's kind of doing this amalgamation of sort of guitar-driven indie Like it's tough to think of a band operating kind of the level they will be operating at, who kind of pull from that world.
And to do it so quickly, it's just like, already next year there's a sold out headline tour already in the bag. If you can get down to see them, would recommend.
Yeah.
Would definitely recommend.
But also, like, it's so natural. Like, they've become big off of how good the song is.
Yes. Yeah. It's purely built on the fact of this is a tune. This is great.
Yeah.
And everything, and obviously Wet Dream, that obviously came after that. And obviously these new tracks that has just dropped, that we have definitely heard.
Well, we're not going to play for you.
We're not going to play because, why would we wouldn't do that.
We want you to discover them in your own time.
Exactly.
You don't
That's
want
it.
your first thought of Too Late Now with me and your waffling on.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. It's for your best benefit, just saying.
So if you haven't heard them, listen to the rest of the show, but then just go find a quiet corner.
Yeah, go and do that. Or you can pause this. We don't mind. We'll be here. Just literally just leave it playing. We'll come back. But until then, let's have a listen to, first the cover act on our hype list. This is Wet Leg with Chaise.
Still goes, doesn't it? It hasn't lost.
It's really ridiculous, especially when you see it live. You're like, oh my god, this is ridiculous.
You think it would have lost some of its spark by now, but if anything, even sparkier.
Sparks forever, as the song goes. Let's go on to. I've got one for you from the hype list that I'm a big fan of. Let's talk about CMAT.
Okay, let's.
A legend. Managed to. Friend of the show. Friend of the show. Has been on the show.
Didn't want to come back on it today though, but.
Look, CMAT's got stuff going on. I think the main thing is because, there was obviously the whole, I was doing the karaoke and she managed to finish off the Robbie Williams kids rap, which I was not able to do. So we'll get through that.
So you've blacklisted her from the show.
I don't mean that. I think she kind of sent me away and said that I need to obviously just improve myself, and then once I get there, then she'll return. But until that date, she can still keep talking about how incredible she is. Just like different in so many ways to Wet Leg, but still with that kind of excitement that's there of sounding just incredibly fresh. The best comparison I can give is how Father John Misty had this kind of slightly humorous, but underneath it just incredible songwriting and actually quite emotional songwriting, quite when you boil down to it, it's amazing. Going to see CMAT live is just amazing, incredible, because it's just I remember seeing her, I think, live at Leeds. It was just her on stage, in the corner of a coffee shop, basically. But she just had the room just completely in awe. It was packed out, you couldn't get in there if you turned up late. And these kind of I don't know, these country-esque stylings, but with this real, I don't know, personality that's there. And I think that's kind of everything that goes through all of the hype list is these are acts just full of personality that you want to know more about. It's not just here's a song and you go, okay, that was good. There's personality, there's depth behind everything that all of these guys do. So, I Want to Be a Cowboy Baby, an amazing song. To Wreck to Care, also incredible. But yeah, looking forward to it. There's an album coming early next year, straight in, not messing about.
How, because with the cowboy song and that whole look.
Yes.
I think for some people it was oh, this is good, but it's a bit, isn't it? This is just
is it style over substance?
Yeah,
or something like that.
The cowboy
thing. Yeah.
But already it feels like she's gone beyond that, which is cool.
Yes, and incredible stories as well. If you want to hear more about why CMAT is amazing, go back listen to an old episode of Down with Boring, which you can do just through the feed that you're on. If you're listening to this on the podcast, or if you're online on the website, have a scroll through. You can find it. We're there.
What episode number, Jamie?
Oh, don't do that to me. Do you know how long we've been doing this? I don't know. I don't know where I am. I don't know. I thought I was talking to Jake about 5 minutes ago.
Take a guess.
58.
Yeah, sounds about right.
This is No More Virgos by the brilliant Sumac.
No more little September boys. Buy me wedding dress. Give me just enough to keep me nice. I know you like me and I like your taste. I've had 9 lives, I'm on my 8th, so no more Virgos. No more Virgos. No more Virgos. No more Virgos.
Around that time. Another one. Ali. Who else from the hype list do you want to spotlight? We could spend all day talking about all the different acts on the hype list, but we haven't got that long, and you don't want to listen to us for that long. So,
And also, it'd really undercut the value of the magazine if there was an audio version.
yes, very much. Yes. Who from the hype list do you want to talk about? Who else is on there?
Noisy?
No.
Are
Are they? Oh, they said this show was done, but humour reigns supreme. Yes, Noisy. What about them? Talk
They're
to
kind
me.
of like an outlier on the hype list, I think, because they're probably the rockest band on there, but also like
Yeah.
they're kind of, it's very like new rave meets alt rock, which is like a very broad term, but kind of the tracks they've done, you know, they're all completely different. Like early tracks were very like ravey and electronic, you know, almost like working men's club-esque.
Yeah.
But then kind of the one they put out recently, which we play in a bit, is very kind of guitar driven. Like it's almost pretty much like a straight up rock anthem. Yeah, the whole thing is very bratty, very gobby, very instant. Like it's all about having a good time. It's very like zero fucks given. It's not trying to be cool or fit into a certain scene. It's very much just like, it sounds like they're making music they want to listen to.
They're very sure of them. Like again, like, it's sure of the music that they're making. I think over the summer when they were at festivals, like they were always one that would like people would be talking about, and they'd be like, "Oh, I went to see Noisy, and it was amazing." And they've supported a ridiculous list of people now as well, kind of like on tour and stuff like that. They're kind of again, there's real individuality to what they do. You can compare them in various ways, but a massive fan. It's a real it's like a show that you have to see, isn't it? Really. That live side of it in particular.
Yeah, I think that's probably where they come alive, just because like the tracks are so different. But like it's all very like energy led. Nice. Like they're a party band, aren't they? If you want to go and have a good time, have a little dance.
Have a little dance.
Have a little dance.
You want to go have a little dance? The energy band, much like M-Power and British Gas, reliable and also needed. So put that on the poster.
Here he is, Mr. Fossil Fuels again.
Yeah, I'm gonna go burn some coal actually now. Should we listen to a track from Noisy?
Why not just chuck a baby seal straight on the fire, Jamie?
I'm going to hand. I'm a monster. Let's listen to a song, shall we? What should we listen to?
Rock and Roll Raver, which sounds like a joke, but you listen to it and you go, "What it is."
It does what it says on the tin. Ron Seal. Incredible stuff. Yeah, let's have a listen to this. Big fans of Noisy and energy. You're completely correct. Let's have a listen to this. Yeah, this is Rock and Roll Raver by Noisy.
I wanna get used to this, get used to this. Yeah, maybe we could try and get used to this, get used to this. 'Cause it's all I need in my life. Everybody wants to escape the mundane and get laid like a rock and roll raver. I wanna get used to this, get used to this. 'Cause it's all I need in my life.
And that was Noisy. Rock and Roll Raver. Big song, big band. there. Looking forward to seeing what they do. Going to go down and storm at festivals next year.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
sure.
a real like swaggering.
Yes.
It makes you want to be in a band, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to be because
No, we are. I mean, I'm actually technically not allowed. I was in a band from a young age, and the contract that I signed with, I guess, the devil is that I cannot be in any band anymore. So,
and I'm just not technically proficient in any way, shape, or form.
yes, and also that noisy, very, very talented. We are nowhere near that. So
But we can sit and we can talk about them and we can dream.
we can dream. And we shall. Much like most of the hype list. You can obviously, as I say, go online, check it out. We can only talk about a few people during our time here because you don't want to listen to all that. But people like Wallace, amazing. Fletcher, the Go Express, I'm a big fan of them. Pixie,
Crazy.
of course, who's been on the show, friend of the show.
Friend of the
Pixie.
show.
Friends of the show Courting, friends of the show Bo, who was also on. So yeah, lots of amazing artists on there. Go check them all out. Head online. But I've got one more for you. Someone who already is like a superstar already.
Yeah.
Pink Pantheress, who I guess over the past few months it's become a bit of a big deal, to be honest with you. Massive kind of through TikTok. If you would have heard Just For Me, which was on there. This kind of it's again completely different to kind of everybody else out there at the moment. This kind of big, almost underground British electronic kind of influence, massively that kind of garage sort of inner city. But I don't know, it's just an amazing combination that comes together really nicely, and still with this kind of bit of mystery, I guess, around Pink Pantheress.
Yeah.
Someone who kind of I don't know, wanted to go and kind of I've read interviews, of course, with Pink Pantheress where she talks a lot about kind of that in between part of being an artist was something that she just really wanted to avoid in a lot of ways, because there's that part of I'm still, I don't know what I am as an artist yet, trying to get that, and kind of going in and become suddenly, blowing up because of TikTok, and kind of this influence is there, just kind of taking her to a whole new level. And I think she's really interesting. This sense of mystery kind of makes you want to know a lot more. I kind of get this when you think of The Weeknd when he first started, where you didn't even know if it was, a person, if it was a group, if it was, where that person was from. You didn't know anything really. So it's a really interesting combination, and to hell with it, kind of the project that came out not too long ago. It was a great example of that. These kind of all these samples, all these different styles. And yeah, I'm just really interested to see where Pink Pantheress goes next. And it feels like already a superstar, and it's only going to get bigger from there. There's a lot of eyes kind of seeing what Pink Pantheress is going to do. So looking forward to it. Big tunes.
It feels like she's got a lot of famous fans already.
Yes.
I think she was at the Charlie show recently, and I think I might be wrong here, but I think Dua Lipa went to one of her London shows.
Yes, did. Of course, that's where the famous photo of Dua Lipa surrounded by what looks like Hotel Lux came out, which we debated on the show. I don't know the show number before you even ask, Ali.
Take a guess, though.
Not too long ago, I think, 71.
Okay.
I don't know if we've done 71 shows.
I have no way of finding out, I don't think.
And we won't. We'll let the listener.
If you're listening and you're curious,
You
feel
can
free
find
to
out.
go and... It's like a treasure hunt for you.
Yeah.
Consider
that's it.
It's like voluntary homework.
Yeah, we've given you that, and also a bunch of new artists for you to check out for next year. But yeah, Pink Panther is going on to massive things, and huge fan. So let's have a listen to, I guess, the tune that I guess started it all off, or the one that has become synonymous with Pink Pantheress. This is Just For Me.
Just for me. Do you like them just for me? I'm pleading on my knees, please. It's your touch that I need. I thought of you today, I was in my car. I wanted to come and see you from afar. If you turned around and saw me, I would die. I pretend I was a person driving by.
There we have it. That's a dive into the hype list 2022. Again, head online, to kind of find out a little bit more about that and pick up a copy of the magazine.
Because there's more list.
There is more list. We've
There's
only
more list.
scratched the surface. A bunch of amazing new artists that you should just have immediately on your playlist for next year. Stuff you can go and brag about to your mates. Be like, have you heard of Pixie? Going to be a big deal. That's what I do. That's why I'm in this game. Ego. And also,
why you've got no friends.
that's why I've got no friends. That's why I'm here. Just looking at the future.
Just reaching out through the airwaves, hoping to connect.
Even Jake's left me now. Anyway.
Wonder what Jake is. Wonder what Jake's doing.
Shall we ring him?
No.
Let's go on to tweets of the week, shall we? I'm not. Just, tweets of the week. There we go.
Heart's not in it, is it, without Jake?
Heart's not in it. Head's gone, as they say.
Head's gone, heart's failing.
Let's start with another friend of the show, Chloe Moriondo, who has been on in the past. Chloe has tweeted to the person who gave me the Tamagotchi at the show. This is tiny pixelated bunny is literally my purpose in life. Tamagotchis, for those unaware, of course, the little pets.
Very 90s.
Very, very old school. Didn't even know Tamagotchis were still going, to be honest with
Pre
you.
or post Furby?
I think post Furby. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's say
I
that.
guess so.
Yeah, Tamagotchi is still going. Number one, incredible. But basically, the whole point of Tamagotchi, for those unaware, is you're looking after like a virtual pet that you would feed. You'd have to look after. You get little beeps on your little device, which
When
is like
it's
a tiny little
hungry.
circle. Yes, you get little bits
you
on
get
that.
in trouble because obviously, like an actual pet needs attention 24/7.
Yes, it
And
does.
obviously, you're a child. You've got forts to build and
yes,
balls to kick.
yes, of course. the childlike activities. Yes, you've got all that going on, but it was quite intense.
Yeah.
But Chloe Moriondo has been given that gift, so let's see how long the Tamagotchi survives. Basically, that's what I want to know.
So at the moment, she was given it 5 days ago. Do you think it's still?
I think it's still alive. I think Chloe seems like I feel like there's a responsibility now that Chloe would have accepted. So I actually think Chloe would do quite well at this. Chloe, if you do want to give us a further update on what's happening with the Tamagotchi, we need one. So it might just drop over a line and see what's happened. Looking after yourselves. I mean, the Tamagotchi, big things, big moves. I respect it.
Huh?
Could you give me a Tamagotchi, Ali? Would you give me a Tamagotchi?
Would I trust you with a Tamagotchi?
That's
I think
the question.
No,
Wow.
I don't think you've got the attention span.
I mean,
I feel
yes. I mean, fair. To be honest, actually,
Yeah.
more I think about it. I don't know. I've had pets before.
Do you still have pets?
I don't have pets now.
Well, I mean, I don't want to pick at this scab, Jamie. But if you used to have pets and you no longer have pets,
This is Chloe Moriondo. This is Body Bag. Let's not bring up that.
You on your cheeks, but I also wanna punch your teeth. I just don't get it. I just don't know if I hate you or if I wanna date you. Put you in a body bag instead of my bed. I don't wanna like you. I just wanna tie you up and keep you in a cage and watch you sleep for ages. I wanna keep you in a cage and watch you sleep for ages.
Big tune.
Really
Shout out,
big tune.
Chloe.
let's hope the Tamagotchi
I'm sure the Tamagotchi is all
isn't in
good.
a virtual body bag.
Yeah. Christ almighty. We've got one more for you. The tweet of the week.
One more
This
Tamagotchi.
is not joining us is the Tamagotchi.
We've got it on Zoom.
Yeah, it's going to be a really long chat. This is from Phoebe Green, of course, who headlined our Dorks Night Out just a couple of weeks ago. Our next Dorks Night Out is our Dorks Night Out Christmas party. which is coming to Colours Hoxton on the 14th of December with El Divine. I'll be there, and don't let that put you off. There'll be other people there, far better than I will. I'll be sent to the back to look after probably the rider,
Coats.
the beers. Phoebe Green has tweeted, I used to think as a kid that all of my teddies were conspiring against me every time I left the room. So when I returned, I would line them all up and greet them one by one, like the Queen, to make sure they still liked me.
It's very Toy Story.
Very
Isn't it?
Toy Story. I'm getting real Toy Story vibes. How did you feel about that? Did you have the same sort of feeling with your toys? What sort of toys did you have as a kid? What sort of?
I had an Action Man.
Okay, cool. Did you greet the Action Man as you came in every single time?
But also, I'm not sure if the Queen normally liked. I'm sure. I know Jake would have some strong opinions about this, so it's probably a good job he's not here for this.
Good job here.
conversation.
Yeah. We don't want to. Famously, we haven't insulted anyone else on this show, so I'm sure the Queen is going to dodge a bullet.
I mean, I can see where she's coming from. She's, but I think
Because once you get into your head that you'll think about that all the time, like
you'll start trying to outsmart them, leaving little traps.
Yes, yeah, of course, leave little things on the side. I mean, after you watch Toy Story, that is quite a terrifying reality that comes into your mind. That they're knocking about, they're coming for you. Like it'd be bad.
Because
it'd be terrifying.
I think in Toy Story 3, it's like if something's got eyes, it's alive. With a Forky, Forky's not alive until it's got eyes.
Was that the mindset of Toy Story?
I don't think they didn't really explain it properly. But to be fair,
how dare they? Pixar. We sit here having a pop.
It would really get the childish joy of that film if they went, right, well, this is how it all actually works.
Yes, famously. Yeah, that's exactly what it would be.
You just have to kind of believe in magic. Which as a child you do, and then as you get older.
Also worth noting on this tweet that Molly Collard, who also played the Dorks Night Out show, has come with her own experiences,
and I feel like this is a more relatable tweet.
This is more. Oh my god, I did the same. But when I was saying goodnight, because if I didn't say goodnight personally to all of them, I was scared one would get offended and murder me with my pillow.
Like that's a lot. That's the terrifying reality, isn't it?
That's the real reality there.
Phoebe's just coming being like, oh, I hope they're still my friend.
Yes.
Molly is
concerned about her safety.
Actual murder.
Yeah.
Because it's a slippery slope, because there's no repercussions for a toy.
Well, you would argue, it's the steady decline of all friendships, really. It could be you were friends one day, it could lead to
have you been seeing that McDonald's advert? That's a scary advert.
That's a scary advert.
It's really sad.
Yeah, it's a lot, isn't it?
I relate very much to that little blue monster, because I feel like you wheel me out once every 12 months to do a podcast. Jake comes back and you just push me back in the cupboard.
Yeah, with that in mind, this is Reinvent by Phoebe Green. That is our show this week. Ali, thank you for coming along. We covered a range of bases. We talked through the hype list. We had a lovely time talking about some music. Basically said that we should take social media off of people over the age of 45, I believe.
It's an ongoing thing though. Like as soon as something new comes out, if you're past that point, you can't get on it.
That's how it works. This is why you've come on. You need to set the world right. We just sit here. We don't. We just mellow in our own despair. Mellow. Do you have any predictions for the next week? What do you think might happen over next week?
It's Black Friday, isn't it? So
It is.
We're gonna go shopping. Get some bargains.
Yes.
And then don't really. Do they have holidays after Black Friday?
Well, Christmas.
Yeah, but I mean, is there like anything in between? You know, you got because we have like Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, Boxing Day.
Right. I mean, I think they have. I think America has the same things. Yes.
No, but like, is it just Thanksgiving, Black Friday, and then
bam,
and then the weekend?
Oh, I guess so. Yeah. I think it's straight into the weekend. Wow. Fair play. I mean, like Thanksgiving weekend. Maybe that's it.
Yeah. What are you thankful for, Jamie?
Thankful I'm still on my feet at this point.
Are you standing up right now?
No.
Okay.
And that's why I'm thankful. Because I'm just not. No, I'm thankful for music. I'm thankful for the incredible new music we've heard this week. That's what I'm thankful for. Aren't you?
Like a primary school teacher, aren't you? Just desperately trying to cling to the core of the show.
I should not be allowed to be a primary school teacher. Yeah, no. If that's the future, then I'm sorry, everyone.
Would you, if you were a primary school teacher, would you kind of look forward to, at Christmas when you buy presents for your teacher?
Yeah.
Or like the end of, that was always weird, wasn't it?
Hey, good business. Good business.
I don't know who came up with that, but it's a very good business.
If anyone wants to buy Christmas presents for us, that'd be quite nice.
That would be nice.
I could just appreciate it. I think.
What do you want for Christmas, Jamie? Or is it too soon? I don't want to eat into your future content. Jake will come back and be livid.
If you could get me, I think if you just got me a beef and horseradish sandwich, that'd be quite nice. I appreciate that. Tesco.
Nice. What colour bread?
I like the best of both.
Ooh, okay.
Because then I feel healthy. I feel healthy. My prediction for the next week is I might eat some ravioli.
What's going to be in the ravioli?
Tomato.
Okay, that sounds horribly boring.
Horribly boring. The words you want to hear. Thank you for tuning in, everyone.
I'm not going to come over for dinner.
Thank you for tuning in. We'll be back next week. But until then,
I won't be, but
Ali will be back in 18 months. We'll catch you in a bit.